People think when someone says, I'll think about it, they are being polite. But they are not. They are saying, I don't believe you yet. Every time someone doesn't buy, it is not random. It is not a bad luck. It is always because of one of three hidden objections: time, money, or belief. And once you know how to handle those three, selling feels easy and natural. In this video, we'll go deep into what those three objections really mean, how to break them up early, how to handle them without sounding pushy, and how to turn every no into clear path to yes. We'll also go through the fail found method, a simple way to respond that builds trust. By the end, you'll stop guessing why people say no and start hearing yes more often. Let's dive in. Every sale that falls apart comes down to one of these three things: time, money, or belief. Let's break them down. First, time. When someone says, I don't have time right now, what they really mean is, this isn't important yet. They are not rejecting you, they are ranking priorities. You fix this by showing why waiting costs more than starting. For example, I totally get it. Quick question: what happens if you're in the same spot 3 to 4 months from now? You are not pushing, you're helping them see what waiting really costs. Second, money. I can't afford it. It doesn't mean they are broke. It means they don't believe the return is higher than the risk. Think about it. People always find money for things they believe they will work. Your job is to make the value so clear that the price feels small. For example, totally fair. Most of my clients feel that at first. Once they saw how fast it paid for itself, it feels like no-brainer. We'll talk more about that pattern in a second. It is called feel, felt, found. And number 3, the belief. This is the sneakiest one. It sounds like, I've tried this before, or it worked for others, not for me. Belief objections aren't about your offer. They're about trust. They don't believe the process, themselves, or you. You fix belief by showing proof, real stories, or real wins. If you can say it, I get it, one of my clients felt it too. Here is what happened. That belief will start to crack. The best salespeople don't wait for objections, they look for them earlier. Most people wait until the end of a call, when the response is halfway out of the door, to say, so what do you think? That is too late. You want to surface objection early when there is still trust and curiosity. Try asking this line: if this ends up being a great fit, what might stop you from moving forward? That question alone does 2 things. 1, it shows confidence. You are assuming it could be a fit. 2, it gives them space to share their real fears without pressure. And when they tell you, don't interrupt, don't defend, just listen. Because when someone opens up about objection early, it is not resistance, it is interest. If they didn't care, they wouldn't explain anything. Let's talk about the simplest and most natural way to handle objection. It's called feel, felt, and found. You don't need to memorize scripts or force clever lines. You just need empathy, truth, and proof. Here is how it goes. Feel. You need to acknowledge the objection. I understand how you feel. This shows you heard them. No debate, no push. Number 2, felt. Relates them. Others felt the same way at first. This lower their guards because they realize they are not alone. And number 3, found. Show the turnaround, but they found once they tried it. It was easier than they thought. That is your bridge to belief. So for example, a client say, it's too expensive. You respond, I totally understand how you feel. A lot of clients felt the same way before starting, but they found once they saw how fast the results came, the cost felt small compared to the return. See how it comes, natural and conversational. Remember, you are not arguing, you are aligning. Here is something to remember. Nobody buys just because of logic. They buy because of emotion, and they justify with the logic later. And that is why you need both. Logic sounds like, this will save you 10 hours a week and pay for itself in 2 months. And emotional sounds like, imagine what it feels like to have your evenings back again. Logic makes the brain say yes. Meanwhile, emotion makes the heart believe it. And when you mix both, it is powerful. Here is the mindset shift that changes everything. Objections are buying signals. Just think about it. People don't argue about the things that they don't want. If someone says, this sounds expensive, it means they see value. They are just not sure yet. If someone says, I've tried this before, it means they have been banned but still want the results. When you start seeing objections as interest, not rejection, you relax. You get curious instead of defensive. You can even say, that makes sense. Can I ask what you need to see to feel confident moving forward? That turns a wall into a bridge. Here is how you use this in real life. Every time you sell, look for these 3 things. Do they believe they have time? Do they believe it's worth the money? Do they believe it will work for them? And if you can build trust in all three, they'll almost always say yes. Start each call by surfacing objection very early. And when they come up, use feel, felt, and found. Blend logic and emotions. And remember, objections means they care. It is not about being smooth, it is about being real. So people don't buy because of three hidden objections: time, money, or belief. Your job is not to push hard, it's to listen deeper. Ask early, handle objection with empathy, mix logic and emotion, and when you hear no, remember, it usually means not yet. What's the hardest objection you run into most often? Drop it in the comments below. And if this gives you clarity, share it with your friend, subscribe and like, and don't miss the next video. See you soon.